You're watching CBS News Los Angeles, The Rundown.
Hello, I'm Amy Johnson. Here's a look at your top stories. 3 people are dead after an Arcadia home went up in flames. KCON News reporter Jeff Nguyen has the latest this afternoon.
Jeff Nguyen here in Arcadia, where there has been a deadly house fire, where you see right behind me. Now, neighbors as well as the fire department tells us that this fire broke out at about 1 o'clock this morning, and the neighbor here gave us permission to be in their backyard because you can see from the burn marks just how close this fire got to this neighboring property. But the neighbor who lives here believes that the fire originated right about here near the first floor kitchen area, and then it quickly expanded and went upstairs. The fire department tells us that 2 people were taken to the hospital and that 3 people died. We have been told that one of the people who died was on the first floor and then ran up to the second floor to try to help the other 2 get out, but that person was unsuccessful. One of the neighbors who lives in this area tells us that a retired couple owns this property and that the couple was renting out rooms to a number of people. When you go to the driveway in front of the property, you can see that there are multiple cars out there. We did see some people coming in and out today. However, we do not know how they are connected to the home right now. The names of the people involved has not been released, and at this point, the cause of this fire is under investigation. So we will stay on top of this for you throughout the day and have more on KCON News beginning at 4 p.m.
All right, Jeff, thank you. Developing news out of the Bay Area, where several arrests have been made in the deadly shooting of an Oakland police officer. Officer Tuan Lee was shot and killed while on duty last Friday. The shooting happened while Lee and other officers were responding to a burglary at a cannabis business. This afternoon, Oakland police released a statement saying 1 suspect was arrested today and several others were arrested over the weekend.
I got it, I'll handle.
Well, the LAPD has just released video of a deadly police shooting in Chatsworth. A suspect was accused of threatening her sister with a gun and setting a house on fire. Police say they confronted that suspect in the backyard and opened fire when she refused to drop her weapon. The suspect died at the hospital. That shooting is still under investigation. Turning now to our weather, a live look now from our Malibu camera. We are tracking multiple storms kicking off the new year. KCON News meteorologist Paul Diano has the latest conditions in our next weather.
How you doing, meteorologist Paul Diano with your forecast. We have a front coming. This one's going to be kind of unique compared to the past several. This one's going to be colder, and the air behind it's going to last longer. It's going to be chilly for a while after today, and even today we're not getting back to average. So it's already raining in Northern California. That is heading in our direction. It will be cold enough. That snow level, which has been sitting the last couple storms around 8,000 feet, it drops to 4,500 feet. So a lot of the San Bernardinos, including anywhere close to Big Bear and Wrightwood, our ski resorts, will be getting 3 to 6 inches of snowfall. It also means travel headaches north of the Santa Clarita Valley as you head toward the Central Valley. 3 to 6 inches of snowfall is likely there as well. Next weather headlines, we were chilly but clear for much of the day today. Rain gets here in less than 24 hours, a chilly rainfall. Snow levels, as I mentioned, are dropping, and then behind the front, it's going to be a cold end to the week. So where do we go this afternoon and this evening? Not bad. Mid-60s, sunshine, mainly sunny skies. Clouds will thicken just after sunset. Our warmest valleys 67, the high desert 60, beaches 65. Then the rain chance begins just after midnight. First up, Ventura County. This is for Thousand Oaks. You can see the rain icons for both 1 a.m. and 4 a.m. The rain's moving in. So we have a soggy morning on Wednesday. Then behind the front, we're stuck in the chill for a while. Upper 50s or low 60s. That's it. Even with full sunshine Thursday and Friday. And then with the second weaker front moving through, Sunday's high only 59 degrees. So we're going to stay kind of wintry for a while. That's your KCAL forecast.
Well, an investigation is underway after a street takeover led to a burglary in Compton this morning. That burglary happened at Reuben's Bakery and Mexican Food on State Street and El Segundo Boulevards. Sheriff's officials say about 100 people were involved in that street takeover. A driver then backed into the front of the restaurant multiple times, and that's when investigators say a group of people rushed in and ransacked it. The owner says the suspects took off with more than $20,000. No arrests have been made yet. Meanwhile, the Compton courthouse is temporarily closed because of an indoor flood. Officials say a pipe burst over the weekend, leaving the elevators, stairs, and lobby inaccessible. The court is working with state officials to assess the damage and then clean it up. All crucial matters will be transferred to another courthouse. Well, the holidays have ended, but respiratory illnesses are still spiking significantly. KCAL News reporter Michelle Geely has a preview of that story.
I'm out here today in Laguna Niguel outside of an urgent care, talking to people who are going in for their appointments, trying to find out what they're suffering from. One man who walked out was holding his throat, shaking his head. Basically, I have no voice. I talked to a woman whose husband has a bad case of bronchitis. He was on his way in to see a doctor, and a dad of a 5-year-old tells me that his daughter's been coughing for 2 weeks now, and he's had difficulty getting her an appointment. Finally, he got one today. We also are making a visit to Mission Hospital in Mission Viejo. We're speaking to Dr. Jim Keeney, who's in the emergency department there, and he says that they are seeing an uptick in those 3 viral illnesses, that being flu, COVID, and RSV. He said that hospital emergency departments are always busy, and that is the case now. But he said we're not overwhelmed with all of these illnesses, but they're kind of holding their breath, waiting to see. And that's because we've just gotten through Christmas and Hanukkah, and New Year's Day, of course, and New Year's Eve, when people get together and socialize and potentially pass these illnesses to one another. So we'll bring you the latest coming up on KCAL News.
All right, Michelle, thank you. This has been CBS News Los Angeles, The Rundown. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back live at 4 o'clock here on CBS News Los Angeles.